But Red Puncher needs to brush up on its skills after being buried for so long. Thankfully, Shohei is an experienced boxer. Alright, even though it's big and red and has a star on it and was clearly made to be the Red Senchi's personal mech, O'Green can now pilot it. I'm sorry, I couldn't get through that sentence. Shohei goes to his former coach for help. Not Mick from Rocky here is not interested, but watches them train. He decides to help since Shohei was injured in a previous battle. You know what that means. Training montage! Now it's time to fight. What else? A monster of the week with a boxer motif. My God, this is a Rocky movie.
I must break you.
Red Puncher gets thrown around and electrocuted, and the turnbuckles are also rigged too. He blocks the final attack and counters with a new trick.
Aguna Puncher!
But what about Ohranger Robo? How's he doing? Well, I'm glad you asked. Apparently, Ohranger Robo is in rehab, and if you've poked around the internet for long enough and you've never seen this series before, you probably know what's about to happen next. Oh my God. That was great! Momo and Zuri are beautiful in their low-impact aerobics. My word, oh my. Suzanne Summers with a Thigh Master wasn't as good as those girls. We could make a fortune off this. Ohranger aerobics. Screw you, Richard Simmons. I don't want to sweat to the oldies. I want to sweat to the Ohrangers. That scene was great. I don't know why everyone's so upset about it. That's one of the best scenes in the whole series. I don't get why people hate it so much and fans are weirded out by it. I liked it. Was there something else going on that I wasn't paying attention to? I didn't see it. And that had nothing to do with the tone shift. Well, after that future What the Fies episode, the Ohrangers have to track down some lost computer chip from Red Puncher, which they find, and through some really silly means it can now combine with Ohranger Robo.
超撃合体マスターオーレンジャーロボ OK! よし行くぞ OK!
And all it does is blast the Gatling guns. Couldn't Red Puncher do that by himself? What makes that so special? That's a very underwhelming combination. Okay, so crappy robot combos aside, time for some fan service. You know who would like this? Hang on. Hey, Swab, open up. Will you turn down that Richard Marx music and listen? I feel like I'm working in a grocery store.
I know it's over, but I don't know why. I should've known better.
He's improving. Last time he was listening to Taylor Dane.
Love will lead you back. Someday I just know that love will lead you back to my arms, where you belong. I'm sure.
What do you need me for? You haven't used me in a long time. My show didn't even get past episode 1. And Senpai always gets more screen time.
I know, but you haven't been on the show in a while, and some of the fans kind of miss you, and I know some of the girls aren't biting down here because they're not buying your emo brooding bit, but there's some cheesecake in the Sentai scene I thought you'd like, being the ladies' man and everything.
Must you remind me? Must you remind me of the pain and loneliness I suffer every day?
If it'll stop your moping and belly aching, I'll give you a segment on my show, alright? So whenever there's some sexy stuff and some compromising situations here, that'll be a platform for you to talk, alright? Happy? Now let's do this!
And now, Tender Toku Moments by Suave Rider. Peeping Tom Robot, Sentai Bikini Girls flipping a lot. Action cliches in line, ratings decline. Sexy Rambo cosplay, choking fetishes display. Fan service fueled rampage, feminazis complain on a Tumblr page. Oh my, I
おのれナイスバディキャリ夏の日の思い出
Oh.
残念だったわね。こんなこともあろうかと水着の上にはワンピースを、水着の下にはもう一枚水着を着ていたのよ。
Suave? Are you dead? Guess he didn't expect that last part.
Well, never mind that. Miura challenges a monster of the week to a drinking contest. Wow, first nudity and now this. So much for that tone shift. Then he randomly says it's time for a new weapon, the Ole Bazooka. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too sudden for you? Well, this thing just comes out of nowhere with no explanation, so don't blame me. I don't know who was drinking more, Miura or the guy who wrote this crap. Rin!
嘘でしょ?
Apparently now all 5 have hyper storage crystals that power it up.
オーレバズーカファイヤー豚の角煮
Later, in a classic Doctor Who intro, some strange gold pyramid travels through time and space. Hey, Lightball, you're back! Good to see you again, buddy! Inside the ship, a strange lizard crawls around while 2 young kids are in cryostasis. But they soon wake up and we find out their names are Ricky and Doran. The computer says that it's crossing dimensions. Oh no, is this thing from the Vyram? Miura then sees the ancient ruins light up with the same kind of symbol from that ship. The team gets the alert about a dimensional rift, because they have monitors for that, why not? Miura tells Goro about a young warrior named Riki who is part of the tribe that harnessed Chouriki power. I'm pretty sure that his name Riki and Chouriki is purely coincidental. He shows them the paintings of a legendary hero from 600 million years ago. The people of Pangaea revered Riki and a humanoid tribe, the Doran. They were supposedly messengers to the gods. But a war broke out and almost all the Doran were killed. Miura is led to believe that the war was caused by machine beasts.
おそらく便利さを求めて作ったんだろう。ところが魔神獣たちは反乱を起こした。人間を倒し地球を自分のものにしようとしたんだ。結局反乱は鎮圧され、魔神獣たちは全て滅んだかのように見えた。
So that means the pre-ancient people created the machine beast to serve them, but it backfired horribly.
Why does that sound familiar?
The rebellion was put down, but the people knew the machine beast could return someday. So, as a failsafe, they sent Riki and Doran into a dimension out of time where they would not age so they might return to defeat the machine beasts.
Everybody got that? Good!
Riki and Doran see how Earth has changed over time, and she summons a weapon for Riki.
Hey, I've got one of those. See?
Riki leaves the ship and wanders the city in search of Baranoia. All this new technology is too much for him, and he suddenly is attacked by... the Jokers? Oh wait, never mind, it's Bara-soldiers. King Bacchus knows who Riki is, and he goes to one of his specialists for help. The king hasn't forgotten about the good old days and wants revenge. Later on, the team tracks them down. Some of them chase Doran, who is chasing her pet lizard Paku, who gets away, while Riki attacks the others who are trying to talk him down. But the Baranoia goes after them both, and our heroes transform to deal with them. Bacchus' hired hand, Karis, appears and calls on a new monster, Bara Goblin.
What is this? An evil empire or a circus? Make up your mind.
It seems she's a machine beast tamer. Boy, Dr. Mazenda sure gets around, doesn't she? First she comes back as a demonic spirit, now this. This thing is too tough for them, and none of their attacks work. We now interrupt this tension-filled battle for more backstory. Bacchus tells his family and the troops that he was the sole survivor of that war a long time ago, and that Riki was the one who drove him off Earth. So he built his family and an empire so he could return and take it over one day. Karis and Bara Goblin have our heroes and Doran cornered. But thankfully a speedster, Riki, arrives to save her. Thankfully he can sense when she's in danger. That'll come in handy. And when Doran needs saving, it's time for a gold rush.
6億年前戦いに敗れたのを忘れたのか。行くぞ調理変身。キングレンジャー。キングレンジャー。
King Ranger just walks through the grunts, as is a standard 6 Ranger battle.
キングリック。
After the monster grows, our heroes have trouble putting this one down. Riki decides to join in by calling on the ship.
これが僕たち超古代の人間が作った最大の要塞キングピラミッダーだ。
This thing is like a tank, and it proves it by shrugging off all of Bara Goblin's attacks. And now it's time to ride the lightning.
とどめだスーパーバーンウェブ
After that, Karis reveals her true form, and then they make her grow. She uses fan service, including laser nipples, yes, laser nipples, to blast our heroes and kidnap Riki and Paku.
確かにもらったわアデューオレンジャーリキ危ない離れろ
Exploding bed sheets. Who knew? Anyway, a new machine later appears, Vera King, and Kara says they turned Riki into a machine. Doran doesn't believe it, and neither do I, honestly. Thankfully, Paku helps Riki get out of whatever hole the king dumped him in. Why didn't he just kill him? And Riki returns to help defeat this thing. But it grows, and they summon their machines. Now all three can combine as one. Hey, Ancient Powers, we're having a little trouble with this random machine beast. Can we have a couple miracles?
どういうことだこれは。まさか3つの力のマークを1つにすれば新しい力が誕生するというのか。
Thank you.
よしみんな勝手にするんだ。
キングピラミッドキャリアフォーメーション
King Pyramid or Battle Formation comes with two modes. A tank mode that dispatches Vera King,
キングピラミッドバトルフォーメーション
Good God, look at that monstrosity. This thing makes G12 look more maneuverable. That is a terrible mecha design. I'm sorry, Toku faithful.
よし行くぞオッケースーパーレジェンドビー
After that, Riki decides to stay with the others and build a bridge that's 600 million years in the making. Oh, who am I kidding? They're not gonna do that.
おっと、それは違うぜ。僕はあくまでもドリンを守るナイトだ。ドリンの命令で動く。君たちは君たち。僕は僕だ。
なんだ偉そうに。
まあまあいいじゃない。同じ地球を守るのは一緒なんだから。
そういうこと
Well, after the good guys gain the advantage, King Bacchus reveals an army of recycled giant-sized machine beasts. They've been powered up by liquid hot magma, making them super machine beasts. Not sure how searing hot gas makes robots stronger. I mean, wouldn't that make them rust up or something? But you know me, I don't like to complain. And what is it with bad guys getting powered up with gas? This is Die Ranger all over again. King Bacchus sends his souped-up reused troops into battle to attack Earth, but the chief orders the team not to engage them. They have to destroy the source they're coming from, not just one at a time. Luckily, he has a plan. To send the king a present. Since they can't go out in their mechas, our heroes at least go out to save civilians from the grunts.
俺とありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました皆さんもう少しの辛抱です明日の夜明けとともに再び地上に平和が戻ります
皆さん聞いてください。夜の明けない朝はないのです。
夜明けとともに平和は戻ります。
神様のプレゼント。
信じてください
Oh, Oh, right, I should point out that other than making monsters grow, Acha and Kocha's only real other function is to overhear the heroes' plans and basically go back to the royal family like a bunch of tattletales. Pretty much the same thing Horribel did in Beetleborg's Metallics. The family gets an idea to steal the presents right out from under them. In the morning they find... Wait a minute. Can the Ohrangers use Mojikara too? Did the Shinkingers help them make those? The rebuilt monsters arrive and our heroes get in their 5 blocks, each shaped like their individual symbol. Looks like the team's gonna have to rely on the element of surprise. Surprise!
参謀長がオーレンジャー一人一人にもロボットが必要な時が来ると思って作り上げたものなんだ。なんだと？あんなトロイの木馬作戦に引っかかったな。アッカズンド、貴様の野望はこの大洞窟とともに埋め尽くしてやるぜ。
Bravo, Chief. You know what? I'm calling it. Paranoia, you just got... So the team tests out their new toys, I mean individual mechs, and destroy the factory. We are then treated to an epic mecha roll call.
Red Blocker! Green Blocker! Blue Blocker!
I think it's now safe to say why these blockers were made and why they're so awesome. 'Cause toy sales will go through the roof! And in this series, that's exactly what they did. And it just gets better. Each blocker has a giant version of the battle stick, king blasters, and the solo weapons of each team member. And yes, they can use the king smashers.
参謀長、素晴らしいロボットありがとうございます。これからも力を合わせて頑張ります。
よし、その調子だ。
Ah, you damn kids with your mechas. All I needed back in the day was a motorcycle. That's all I needed to be awesome. Ohrangers, proud supporters of the LGBT community. Guess that's it for the king. Is that Carvoltron's sword? Possessed by Satan? Well, whatever it is, it revives the king from the rubble, and the family is surprised to see him back. Bacchus gets a major power-up and says the Dark Demon Sword will ensure victory for him. And he didn't break this out earlier. Why? He calls out our heroes, and Yuji, being the headstrong one as usual, goes to fight alone, despite the chief and Goro's orders not to. And as you may have guessed, the king and his new sword are too much to handle alone.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
The only way to stop King Bacchus and his demonic sword is to put all 5 blocks together. Sounds simple, right? Nah, this is a Toku series. Nothing is ever that simple. The team must train to use this ultimate sword attack and must combine their hearts and abilities as one and reach transcendence of mind. So the chief instructs them in the ways of swordplay. While all this is going on, Bacchus is wrecking the city. In the chaos, our heroes try to save a young lad named Mikio. He's a recurring kid that they bump into a lot, and he tries to help them out when he can. And he'll be sort of important later, so better bring him up now. Anyway, Yuji learns not to be so headstrong, and the 5 are united, ready to fight. They pass the team exercise and are transcendent of mind. Wow, it took only 1 episode to do that? I'm proud of you guys. Usually that's something they stretch into a 2-parter. Time to put them together yet again.
喋った。
Does that make it a god like these guys or this one? The team gets the clever idea to avoid Bacchus' sword by separating and combining again. Smart, very smart. They then call on dual swords. Time to combine them into one epic slash worthy of Highlander.
Team Broken Crush!
見事だがこれで戦いが終わったわけではない。もっと厳しい戦いが待っているだろう。これからも一心同体頑張るんだ。はい。
母上、この敵は僕が。
Well, you say that.